Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are a brand new subscriber or a brand new viewer. My name is Kyle. The Batman is coming out next week. I cannot wait to see it. I'm so excited. And to prepare for it, I'm going to be talking about some Batman movies that I have yet to cover on this channel. And today, we're going to be talking about 1995's Batman Forever. Now, before we continue, this review will contain spoilers. You've been warned, so if you have not seen this movie, I'm sure you've seen it, but if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it, come back to this review. Batman Forever is a rather interesting movie for me, and I think that's the same case with a lot of other people who have reviewed this movie in the past. See, Batman Forever was one of those movies that I saw many times as a kid, and I loved it. There are certain moments of this movie that I think are fantastic. Unfortunately, there are other moments that make it kind of a mess. But we're going to get into this review right now. All of the Batman movies thus far have had a definitive score and a definitive composer. Danny Elfman did the music for the first two films, and then Shirley Walker came in to do Batman Mask of the Phantasm. I didn't mention the soundtrack in that movie. Apologies. She did a fantastic job. But now we have Elliot Goldenthal, who recently did Alien 3 and Demolition Man. And I will state right now that his score for this movie is amazing. I absolutely love the soundtrack for this movie. The opening credits alone, despite the fact that they definitely look like an old computer lock screen, the music gives you such an upbeat, triumphant feel, and it really just gets you into the mode of this movie, which is, it's a lighter film. It's definitely a more kid-friendly Batman movie after it returns. The only problem is that interfered with its director, Joel Schumacher. Joel Schumacher's name has unfortunately been tainted by not only this film, but the monstrosity that came after this one. However, we're going to be sticking to just Batman Forever and his previous career. And if you look back on some of his earlier movies, Joel Schumacher was a fantastic filmmaker. You can definitely feel his serious directing prowess when Batman begins to suit up. It is truly an amazing opening moment. The Batmobile raises up, the camera pushes back, and then we push in on Batman. The lighting under his mouth is perfect. It's all amazing. And then the first line of the movie is spoken.
Can I persuade you to take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll get drive-through.
It was almost like the studio wanted to reach out of the screen and tell parents, okay, we understand that Danny DeVito bit off a man's nose in the previous movie. We are not going to do that. We're going to let these kids enjoy their Happy Meals in peace. During this opening scene, we get introduced to the new cast, and let's start talking about Val Kilmer as Batman. I want to get this out of the way before I talk about the other characters in the film. When it comes to Batman in live-action form, Michael Keaton was the only actor who was able to bring a serious gravitas to the role. And Val Kilmer was trying to follow in those serious footsteps. And I think he was trying to take it a step further. He was trying to delve deeper into the psyche of Bruce Wayne. Because, let's face it, the previous two Batman movies didn't really focus on Bruce Wayne. And definitely the bigger and broader issue is the script. But I want to come back to that because we're going to jump into some other characters in the movie. And we're going to talk about the acting because, to me, the performances in this movie are all over the place. Tommy Lee Jones is a fantastic actor. Look no further than The Fugitive. He was Oscar nominated for the film, and rightfully so. And he had just worked with Joel Schumacher in the 1994 film The Client. And when you're working with a director, typically on your second and third, and if you want to work with them more, whatever project, you definitely have a feel for how the actor goes through his methods, and you have a particular understanding of what the director wants from the actor. And unfortunately, this might be Tommy Lee Jones's worst performance. I think he was just miscast. I don't really buy him as Two-Face, and I definitely think the bigger problem is the way they wrote the character. I think they just wanted another Joker, and they really just want to have Tommy Lee Jones act like a madman and make all of these kind of like monkey sounds. He makes them a lot in this movie. Next up is Jim Carrey, who plays Edward Nygma / the Riddler. I think he is fantastic as Edward Nygma. I feel like he exemplified the character's creepiness to perfection. When he's the Riddler, it's a bit too cartoony. But the funny thing is, as a kid, I always enjoyed the Riddler more. So definitely, it's a character that's more for the kids. But I think his portrayal of Edward Nygma as somebody who is literally obsessed with a man that he basically just idolizes all the time. It definitely was a great depiction of how we view idols on social media. And later on in the scene where they meet each other at Edward Nygma's party, they have not only the same glasses, they wear the exact same tuxedo, same hairstyle, and I love the part where Bruce Wayne takes off his glasses and Nygma does the exact same thing. And let me bring this little point up before I forget about it. Jon Favreau, the director of Iron Man, is in this scene. Continuing in the cast, we have Nicole Kidman as Dr. Chase Meridian. Her character is, I want to say she's like the female equivalent of Austin Powers, because she is so horny throughout the entire movie. It's crazy. She spends the entire movie just amorously infatuated with both Bruce Wayne and Batman. And it's unfortunate because it makes the character feel very hollow and just one-dimensional. In terms of the action, I'd say it's good. I'm not saying it was incredible or anything, but definitely there are some great scenes and there are some scenes where it was kind of hard to tell what was going on, and I think a lot of those were to try to hide Val Kilmer's stunt double. But the scenes with Robin, played by Chris O'Donnell, were actually, I think, pretty well done. I actually really liked him in the movie. And it's not just because I feel like he was trying to take the movie kind of seriously. I think it's the fact that he suffers from a tragedy that's similar to Bruce Wayne's, and they definitely spend the movie having some conversations that are a little bit repetitive, but it's conversations that are important because Bruce Wayne is trying to get it in his head that seeking revenge is not really going to make it happier. It's going to make your anger and hatred just grow.
You can't understand. Your family wasn't killed by a maniac.
Yes, they were.
The two biggest enemies of Batman Forever, I talked about one of them, is definitely the studio interferences, but the other is the script. There are certain things in movies that don't always have to make complete and total sense, but as long as you can kind of sit back and go, well, I see how a character would do this, and I see how he or she did that, then you can kind of get away with that. This movie, unfortunately, falls into the camp of things that just don't make any goddamn sense. The biggest one, by far to me, is Edward Nygma changing the security cam footage to make it look like his boss committed suicide. Yet no, not even with today's technology, not even 25 years into the future's technology, could convince me that that's even possible. Even as a kid, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. When Dick Grayson and later on the Ridler stumbles upon the Batcave, why would the Batmobile and basically every Batman gadget just lift off the ground if there was an intruder alert? The dialogue in this movie and the way certain actors deliver said dialogue is unbelievably silly.
Oh no! It's boiling acid!
There's this one reporter who, after seeing Bruce Wayne enter into Edward Nygma's party, says a line that I'm just gonna play it because I'm just gonna play it.
Gotham must know! Oh!
But the biggest complaint with the script is on the character of Bruce Wayne, and Batman as well. I've always felt like Val Kilmer was trying in this role, and I do think he definitely cared about the character. It's just so unfortunate that there were so many obvious cuts in the movie. Definitely the biggest scene that's left kind of unanswered is when he's talking to Alfred and he says, "I killed them," in terms of Robin's parents. And then he says, "Two-Face, he killed them." And then Alfred says, no, sir, you said I killed them. I feel like that scene had so much weight, and it really felt like it was building to something, but it just kind of fizzled out. Now, I'm definitely aware that there is a 2-hour and 50-minute cut of the movie. I think you could basically just call it a Schumacher cut, that features way more scenes with both Batman and Bruce Wayne when he was a kid. I don't know why they haven't released this cut. I've always liked the scene where Robin comes down with his suit. I know it's kind of corny, but it's cinematic. I like the final confrontation in the movie. I like the fact that Robin doesn't have to kill Two-Face. He ends up falling off the ledge into his death. Now, in a way, you could kind of say that Batman kills him because he intentionally throws a whole bunch of, I guess you could say, Two-Face coins in the air, and it causes him to fall off that ledge. But I like the fact that Robin doesn't have to kill. That definitely was the lesson of the movie, and I thought that was actually handled really well. Like I said at the beginning of this review, Batman Forever is an interesting movie for me. It's a movie where I have a lot of sentimentality towards it, and Like when I talked about Spider-Man 3, I mentioned in that review how if it's on TV, I'll watch it. And I feel it's the same mentality with Batman Forever, although I don't think this is as good a movie as Spider-Man 3. There are some incredibly stupid moments. Some of the acting is really bad and very wooden and sometimes just very cringeworthy. Some of the action sequences are a bit slow and boring, but you definitely have Joel Schumacher's interesting direction, and you have Elliot Goldenthal's incredibly triumphant score to really help boost those scenes. Now, I can't, in good conscience, call Batman Forever a good movie. But to me, it's one of those films that I still enjoy watching. I do. I know that it's not a good movie, but it's definitely a film that will always have a special place in my heart. But I do have to be critical for this movie, and I'm going to give Batman Forever a C. I finally talked about this movie, guys. I've been waiting to talk about Batman Forever for years, and I'm so glad I got to sit down and review it for you guys now. My next review will be for The Dark Knight Rises. I have not reviewed it on the channel. I've talked about Batman Begins and The Dark Knight before, and my thoughts on the films are pretty much the same. So The Dark Knight Rises, that review will be coming to you guys next, and then, of course, The Batman. Can't wait for it. In the meantime, guys, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. All the links to my social media pages can be found in that description box below, as well as my new website and business email, kjgpictures.com. Both of those links will be in the description box below. Thank you all so much as always for watching, and stay tuned.